when he really needs, because he does have those skills to do that when required.
Heading into Kings Row, and geez, it would be interesting to see CKM if he stays on that Sombra. Doctor, we've seen it a little bit. I know at the DreamHack Winter, they had played a couple of Sombra games, especially on Kings Row. I'd seen her quite a bit. She's very good at these sort of first capture points.
Yeah, I think though a bit more offense. You go and get a health pack, you hack it up, you go run in, take a bit of damage, maybe get your tank, take a bit of damage, and go back to that health pack, and then defend it from there. They do look like they're opening on defense. I don't think I've seen a team do this lately on defense. I don't think their lineup's going anywhere through near what they've got right now. I think with only one support, that'd be, yep, there we go, they start to swap off. No Reinhardt yet, which is quite interesting. I know Hikari's currently on a Junkrat, he'll be swapping off. I'm quite sure about Reinhardt here. Running the Tourbillon though, interesting to see if they do keep this one here.
Well, that Tourbillon's definitely not going anywhere. He's already setting up, unless he is going for that sneaky troll. It looks like he's going for the sneaky troll, running back to the spawn. So Taken is definitely baiting the casters there. They're going to obviously go back to a more standard composition, Doctor. There's the Lucia. So pretty standard lineup from both teams, although possibly could we be seeing that Bastion come out, because it's not essentially a troll pick. We've seen it a lot on this starting of Kings Row.
Yeah, and Tourbillon too, though. Tourbillon's been pulled out by Jam on defense and run quite well with the Symmetra as well. Bastion offense, though, can be quite risky. You got to get up on that high ground. You got to get in position really well. They look like they're swapping off to the Sombra here, which can work quite well on offense here. Get a good EMP off really early. Sombra builds the ulti so quickly here.
Sombra does indeed. So Bliss actually looking like on that Widowmaker just for now, trying to get any picks. Wouldn't be surprised to see if he does switch off a little bit after this. If no, he's going to jump down and push on forward with the rest of his team. Pretty standard defense coming out from Skyfire right now, hiding around the hotel outside while Hikari does take up a lot of damage. A bit of a standoff happening at the moment.
Yeah, they're just positioning really well around Bliss on this Widow, just not letting him get any picks, and they're all running 3 tanks here. The only people susceptible are these supports and Apathetic here, and they're just playing the angles really well, not exposing themselves. They engage here right at the front.
Xiaobao on the Sombra is already going to hack that health pack in the statue. Charging on through was Lasky, but he is going to fall for his efforts. This is going to give a good chance. CKM does get the hook onto Strife, and that is going to be the mech down for the little Diva, and it's going to be back to spawn for Furox. So that first adventure, and a hook from CKM takes down the Korean, and it's a nice start coming out from Skyfire defensively.
Yeah, we look here, we've got Widow getting up there, wall hacks here. Xiaobao getting quite close to his ultimate, but we already see Cantus here on this Ana having a boost ready already. And we've got Hikari here, 80% on his Earth Shatter here. They could counter Xiaobao here, as long as they don't get Cantus here silenced by that EMP. That could be quite risky. They could break this shield very well here as well.
Yeah, and Xiaobao's already going into the backline. Will pop the EMP. It's going to hack about 5 members or so. They get a double kill already to kick things off onto the point now. Furox, that was executed pretty well. The charge from Lasky will be able to take down Render's mech, and that means Skyfire is going to lose this first point after really just one solid push, and that's how powerful the EMP can really be. Getting that ultimate up really quickly with the health packs really helps.
Yeah, and by Blizz, they're getting Apathetic early on. One hero that is really good to play while silenced there. As we see Hikari come back straight in with Zershad, they're going to defend this point here.
Yeah, they're going to commit a lot of ultimates to get this point back into Skyfire's favor. So close to being captured for Furox, but that is going to be a retake for Skyfire after it really did look like Furox had done everything right. In the end, they get nothing out of it except for a couple of blips.
Getting 2 checkpoints on that is probably okay here. Now we see Bliss swap off from that Widowmaker to the McCree. They're going to be looking for just a little bit more sustained damage, break Hikari's shield. But Render is doing such a great job to keep Hikari's shield up and running, just taking all that damage away from it and helping them win those shield trades with that hog, putting that damage out.
They're already down to 1 minute and 30 seconds on the scoreboard, coming around to the right-hand side of the statue. Once again, it's going to be Lasky charging in. The Diva ultimate as well. Breaking it down was taken. Not going to be able to keep him alive, though. Apathetic does get the kill. There's the EMP once again. Only hacking 2 members in the backline. Candice and Hikari were those members. But it is all the damage coming out at the moment from Xiaobao. That Sombra's doing a lot of work. Synapse does go down. And Skyfire just holding on at the moment. They're getting the kills, the picks, and pushing Furox back to spawn again. 1 minute left, and they are looking really out of chances.
Yeah, Render completely shut down Synapse's tactical visor there, just on top of him that entire time, putting out that defense matrix, denying all that damage. They were kind of relying on that there. They didn't put that boost out on him, I think, there. Just completely shut down. They got a bit split there. CKM there was pushing quite well right into the front of the fight and getting hooks off from those players. bit overcommitting from that player there from Furox X there. Now we see, I think it's just, you're right, it's all in Skyfire's favor. They got ultimates here where he's got absolutely nothing for Furox X here.
Yeah, and Saubau's actually switched off that Sombra and now over to the Ane, so he's not even going to really have ult. Charging in again was Lasky was able to land it, but he goes down immediately. Bliss and is going to go down to Apathetic, pops the tactical visor with the nano boost, just cleans up 2 kills nice and easily, running circles around that statue to pick up any stragglers. And with 18 seconds left, Furox, they looked very close to taking it at the 2-minute mark, and now they don't look like they're going to get it at all. Yeah,
and there we see Apathetic with that tactical visor and that boost, just without a D.Va. They see Strife's now swapping off to this D.Va off that Winston, but because they didn't run in the first place, they try and charge in there, completely denying it. They're just going to get cleaned up here.
And it is going to be just about over. There it goes. Round 1 complete, and Furox looked so close yet so far away.
Yeah, they really got so close there, but just Skyfire, because they all died quite close together. When that EMP came out, they all got silenced up. They lost an early pick almost immediately at the start of that fight, but they all came back together. They came in as a group, made sure they had one player make it to point just in time there. That was only a slither away from capping there. They caught it just in time, and then from there, that Earth Shatter, that boost, just cleaning up. And from there, just Skyfire had better ulti rotations and just maintained that defense from there on out. Whereas that EMP, the second EMP that came out from Furox X, just wasn't enough to help them cap that point.
Get your thoughts on, I guess, that first round so far, Gino, to kick things off. Remembering this, of course, is best of 1.
Yeah, so Skyfire, what they did really well is a couple of them pulled back after that fight where they got hacked, and they sat around the other side of the arch, and they didn't die. They didn't all die together, right? A couple of them actually managed to stay alive, and the mistake Furox made is that they all stayed on point rather than having a couple of them pushing up and either catching those stragglers who were still around the arch, or at least just pressuring them as they came through the arch, because they only needed to delay for like 10 more seconds, like 1 more second, and they would have capped that point, right?
Yeah, it was very, very close. It was almost completely engulfed. The whole... I guess blip of it was full, except then, of course, Skyfire committed back, and well, that was the right call, the right decision. A lot of other teams, possibly Doctor, might have just left it.
Yeah, I think we just see that Skyfire, they have that synergy, they know what to do. My phone goes ringing here, I'll just keep it quiet there for a second. I think Skyfire, they're just going to take one convincing fight here. They're going to have to break through this defensive tank. They're running triple tank here. It's good that they are pulling up this D.Va now. I think there's a bit of a mistake there on offense not to have a D.Va the entire time. It does shut down that meta soldier pick that we're just currently seeing from every team right now, nearly.
Furox are going to be defending. They're going to be running 3 tanks. It's something we've been seeing a lot of recently. It doesn't always mean it's the most successful, I guess, composition to have, but it does help with these first point defenses. Possibly, if the damage of Apathetic though on that soldier gets on through, it could be disastrous. If there's no real damage coming out from Furox, they are going to be able to push on through, and they're going straight into the hotel room to kick things off, trying to get any picks that they can. Bliss is going to get Bionic Grenade. He can't get hit. Nice kill from Apathetic, but it was the Bionic Grenade that set that up. The charge from Hikari wasn't actually all that perfect, but all the kills are just gone the way of Skyfire, and we've got ourselves a steamroll happening to take off this first round already. Furox just shell-shocked.
Yeah, and by running that Mercy there instead of an Ana, they don't have their own Biter Grenade to either throw on the opponent's team there, deny them that healing that we just saw from Cantus's Biter Grenade on that Hog there, completely shutting them down. And the Mercy can't really do much there. There's no sleep dart, just a pure heal and that ultimate. And without that constant healing coming out from Ana, their lineup there just lacked a little bit into that Skyfire just died.
And Frogger does go down. Double kill for Hikari on the point. That's going to be all she wrote. Just about contested by Zalbao, trying to do everything he can. Strike does come back, but it is all, I guess, stragglers coming in at the moment, and that is going to be the first game all done and dusted in the first round. Skyfire taking out Furox.
Yeah, pretty dominating performance there. Their attack was really solid. And I think defense there, just coming back and holding that point was really well done by Skyfire. We see them come back in, as Gino pointed out, they backed away together after that EMP came out. Caught a little bit by surprise that first time you saw that Apathetic got caught out by the Widow, and then just running in and getting, I think, a 5-man EMP, but it just wasn't enough in the end for Skyfire to come back and just use their ultimates that they couldn't use in that previous fight.
Gino, in the end, Skyfire were just too good. It did look like some signs of hope in the end for Furox, but came crashing down pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, it was great to see them bring out the Sombra, right? That was very entertaining. They obviously knew how to make that work because she got the EMPs off very effectively. As you said, I think getting maybe 5 people with the EMP, building it up very quickly. I'm pretty sure it was up before almost everyone else's ultimates. But yeah, unfortunately, just not able to capitalize that last bit, and it just came down to really not having that mindset. I mean, their shot caller, after that happens, needs to be saying, okay, push forward, finish everyone off, make sure we're staggering their respawns as hard as possible. But they'll learn that for next time. They'll look at this VOD and they'll come back bigger and better next week, I'm sure.
I'm sure